Uh, okay, you can see me, right? I saw that this is a recording session. It's going to be recorded, right? Yes. So, you're mute, and by the way, can we have this recording?
Yes, I think, yes, no problem.
Yeah, can you just put it, attach it on the our
Group chat.
WhatsApp group? Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Good morning, students. So today will be our last class, and I still have the last chapter to go through with you all. And the total slides are quite a lot. So please bear with me, okay? So the last chapter will be chapter 7 for roof. So we have learned from foundation, then followed by all the what else? foundation, then to the formwork, and then floor, walls, and staircase. Last but not least is the roof. Okay, so for this lecture, you will learn about the functions, the types, functions types, the design considerations, basic roof framing, components and terminology, the materials and details, understand about the ventilation and basic ceilings. Okay. So at the end of the class, you will be able to understand, describe the functions, identify and classify roof types, explain and interpret the terminology, the key roof components, ridge, eave, and valley, etc. And also the roofing materials. You can explain about the ventilation and insulation and relate the roof design to the building performance. Okay, let's dive into the introduction. So what is roof? It is the top part of the house and also the main structure that protects all internal activities movement inside the house. So what are the functions of a roof? Of course, to protect from the rain, the weather, can bear of own loads, as we have learned the load transfer path from roof tiles. So roof tiles, metal decking, rainwater, air, dirt, and waste. So building services such as piping, electrical wiring, and water tanks are also inside the roof, on top of the roof. Okay. So to reduce noise, heat, and noise, etc., enhance and identify a house from an external point of view, facade, right? And the shape of the interior of the building. So these are the functions of a roof. What are the choosing criteria? So types of roof depending on the types of building, right? Durable, resistance to heat, light protection, aesthetic, the cost-wise, and possible of future modifications. What types are we going to learn? So the roof design, yeah, the roof design have a significant impact of the finished appearance. So let's dive into the types. This is a very common type, which is named as gable. The gable roof is very popular because it is easy to build and the water run down very easily. Ventilation take and can be applied to most house designs. So these are the so-called gable roof. Hip roof, second type. Hip roof is slightly more difficult to build than gable roof, but it is also a popular choice. However, the ventilation is not so good lah. No? Hip, okay, hip roof. Flat roof, okay. Flat roof is the most economical roof to build, but it adds little to the design of most houses. It requires a build-up or a membrane roof covering, okay? Because to prevent the moisture or the water clogging, right? Okay, flat roof. Flat roof. Shed roof, a little bit slanting, but with more, so this is a shed roof is similar to a flat roof. However, it is with some pitch. Okay. Over here, pitch, slanting, pitch roof. Mansard roof. What is that so special? It's a French design. Okay, that's why it is more difficult to construct than the hip or gable roof. So not so common in our country. Yeah? Maybe in those snowy country, winter season. Okay. Mansard. Dutch hip. So the Dutch hip roof is basically a hip roof with a small gable. So gable roof just now. So this is a gable, right? Small gable. During Caden's presentation, he also mentioned about this gable, right? So the Dutch gable roof is basically a hip roof with a small gable at the end. So the gable can be used for ventilation. Okay. Small gable at the end for ventilation purposes. Okay, gable, a gable. How about gambrel roof? So a gambrel roof is sometimes called as a bund roof because it has been used extensively on bunds. So it provides additional headroom in the attic. This higher roof. So that's why in those countries with such roof design, they always have the attic at the top. Sometimes those people use it as a storage area, right? Attic top. Okay. Butterfly roof. So butterfly roof is not widely used. It provides plenty of light and ventilation, but the drainage is the problem. Okay, as we can see here, a V shape, right? Butterfly roof. Butterfly roof. Winged gable. Oh, the winged gable is essentially a gable roof, but extended at the peak. Okay, extended. You see, extended. Extended again. A-frame roof. The A-frame roof provides a roof and walls for the structure. It is popular for the cottages, home, churches, and some other structures. Once again, these are not common in Malaysia, but maybe in Rumah Melayu, similar to this, or long houses in Sabah, Sarawak. More pictures for you too. Yeah, folded plate. Folded plate, you can see from here, a gable, but it is, the folded plate roof has limited use. That's why it is not common, mostly prefabricated. Okay. Again, some photos to share with you. Yeah. Okay. Curve, curve panel. The curve panel roof is similar to the folded plate. It is usually available in prefab modules. Okay. Again, you can see from here. All right. So contemporary roof types. Several roof types that fit this category are parasol, wide, and free form roof. Okay, which is not so common in our country. Okay, so just for your knowledge, okay. Mixed roof type. So it makes up a few types of. Can easily see gable over here, and then some they call it butterfly, right? Butterfly is this, and then slanting. So they mix up the design. So we have gone through all the types. So how to construct a roof? Okay. So types of roof we have is many types, including mixed roof type, right? So how to construct a roof? Several features of traditional frame roof construction should be considered before designing a roof. The roof framing is designed to support the roof covering, right? So the framing must be strong and rigid. So what are the elements of the frame? So you know about the frame of structural frame of a building is columns, and then beams, and then columns, and then floor beams, whatever, right? How about the frame of a roof? So the first member is called rafters. The rafter is a structural element of the roof that supports the sheathing. Common rafters are perpendicular to the wall plate and extend from the ridge. Rafters are often shown on a roof framing plan. So from this plan, roof planner, not sectioner, roof planner, the roof framing plan with structural members are identified. So all the names are over here. So all these main members are called rafters. So rafters are cut to the proper length, depending on the size, right? The slope of the roof and the clear span of the building determine the layout. How does it lay out, right? So that's why the members of the roof you must know is the rise, the run, clear, and all the terms rise, run, and clear span to design a roof framing.
Madam Fafang,
Yes,
and since you put it out, we have to remember. So is it an exam questions?
don't
Part
worry,
of the.
don't worry. Exam
Thank you
questions
very
later.
much. All right.
So common rafters, okay. Roof terms, over roof terms are, that's what we just mentioned, rise, run, and the span. Maybe you cannot see, later you get it, you zoom in a bit. Here is the span, right? Here is the rise. Okay. So roof, the pitch, the slope is the slant of the roof, right? Shown on the plan as a slope ratio. So the slope diagram represents the ratio between the rise and the run. Usually, so the fraction pitch is rise over clear span. Go back to the rise. Here. This is the clear span. All right. This is the run. Okay. So these are the design, several pictures. Okay. Right. Rafter sizes. Okay. Depending, of course, the size of the, as we can imagine, the size of the columns, depending on the size of the building, right? What kind of building, right? So the size of this rafter, depending on the distance of the span, spacing of the rafters, okay? Weight to be supported. Rafters. Rafters serve as the ceiling joint, okay? Cornices. Cornice is part of the roof that overhangs the side of the wall. Okay. From the frame, so how to view for the floor finishes, we have skirting, right? For roof, we will have this cornice, which overhangs by the side of the walls. Okay, we have three types: open cornice, box, and closed cornice. The open cornice. Rafter ends are exposed with decorative cuts. Open, so you can see that. Yeah. Box cornice. When the it is usually in a box, right? As the name, white box with a lookouts or without the lookouts. So this is just to let you know types of narrow cornice. So we do not need to dive into too detail. Okay, I just let you have a clear mind of types of cornices. Yeah, closed cornice. You can run through it by yourself. So today class we will not do much on this cornices. Okay, so next will be the gable end. Remember, I think Caden also presented this, right? The gable end is an extension of a gable roof beyond the end wall of the house. So the proportions should be similar to the other parts of the roof. Okay, gable end framing. So gable, and then this is the ending. Framing for a gable end. This is quite a long overhang, right? Okay, so we learned about rafter. Now it's trusses. Trusses is the horizontal one. Okay, the roof truss is an assembly of members that forming a rigid framework. So it include the span, the roof pitch, the spacing. Okay, this is the sizes usually used. Roof trusses design here, types of roof trusses design here. This, and this. So many designs. So we will have the W type, W. Can easily find the W. W type. So many W, right? So this is the K trusses, king post. So this is, I want to show you again. First, we learn about rafter, and then now we are talking about trusses. Okay. Gusset plates. Okay, frequently used to fasten the members together. Can you see over here? A small gusset. The red circles. Usually it's a metal plate. Okay. Next will be ventilations. So types of roof and how do we construct the roof, and we move on to ventilation. So attic ventilation is a necessity. So it reduces moisture over the sheeting, and it helps to cool the house interior during the warm weather. Okay, opening in the overhang or the ridge provides ventilations. So here are more photo to show you how does the heat runs away, okay, to release the heat. Okay, so there are also a few types of ventilation types. So here is a ventilator at the end of the gable. Ventilation methods always at the end, right? At the gable, right? Gable vent. They also have these eaves at the part of the eaves. Okay, types of this is the ridge. So roof sheathing supports the roofing material. It's a type of plywood. The thickness depends on the spacing. Okay, over here depends. All this roof sheathing in So what about the materials for roofing? We have many types, just like material for formwork. We have steel, we have wooden, etc., etc. Right? So for roofing, we have fiber, wood, metal roofing. Yeah, the very common type, carport or slate type, tiles, reinforcement concrete, roof, RC roof, RC flat roof, or RC plastic roof, yes, and fiberglass roof. Okay, so these are the framing. Yes, this is the overall of a construction of a roof, but I do not intend to dive into detail for all these roof details, just to have for your knowledge. Okay, gable, as we just mentioned, triangular parts by end of the triangular. Yeah, triangular. Okay. So names of these are the terminology that just mentioned, right? The valley, low points formed by the intersection of two roofs. Really? Okay. Ridge. How about the ridge? Ridge. Top parts of a gable end. Okay. Domer. Domer is over here. Through is a structure protruding through the plan of a sloping roof. Okay. It's a very small roof. So that's why it's here. A small secondary roof structure. A small roof on top of a big roof. Okay. So it's called domer. Valley. Remember bridge. Okay. And the what we have? Gable. Okay. So framing a roof opening for domer. Okay. Just to show you over here, a domer is a small roof on top of a roof, right? Okay. And roof terminology. Eave. Where is the eave? So it's a flat and horizontal edge. Over here, over here. And the picture is not so clear. Come here, over here, eave. So we have all this gutter. Gutter is the place that we receive rainwater, right? Zoop, 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 rainwater. So gutter, and we have this fascia board, very important, okay, to prevent the water to run into this is our ceiling, right? Ceiling. Okay. What else? Metal drip edge. So this whole part is called eave. Okay. So eave over here. This is the rack. This is the eave. EAVE. Okay. Eave and rack connections. So the detail about it is same over here. Gutter again, a gutter and a rafter, and the roofing material is at the top. Roof sheeting is the sheet that we put, membrane that we put before we put the last layer of roof. Okay, roofing material. Okay, so the fascia board. So this make up the roofing structure. This is only merely for your knowledge, because yeah, this is merely for your knowledge. Okay, detail, right? All the soffit details, large overhangs. So yes, gable roof again. Terminology, hip rafters. So again, all this terminology is for your knowledge purposes. When you mention roof, yeah, of course, rafters and the roof trusses will be the basic terminology. Okay. I think almost end of my slides. Okay. Flat roof trusses. Okay. Yes. More, I think, yeah. Valley, the cornice that I just mentioned. Okay. All right. Then the types of insulation, of course, must be the blanket insulation. So many types of insulation. Blanket, and this is called beds. Okay. All this fiberglass, wool. Okay. All types of insulation on top of, yeah, consists of aluminum foil, soundproofing. Okay, then ceiling type will be for the ceiling type. Yes, after roof, we will have the ceiling, right? Ceiling will be types of ceiling, right? So we have fixed ceiling or the suspended. So how you install a suspended type? Suspended ceiling. These are more diagrams to share with you. So we have learned about the roof trusses, roof structure, and what is next? The roof finishes, ceiling finishes below here. So ceiling method. So ceiling finishes, we will have gypsum again, same like the roof. Also, we have many types, right? For ceiling finishes will be gypsum, plywood, timbers, skin coating, and aluminium, etc. Okay, that's the end of chapter 7, the last chapter, roof, comprising roof structure and a portion of ceiling and ceiling finishes. Okay. This is your last chapter for this semester. Okay. Over here we have learned about introduction, prelim work, and the foundation, right? Foam work, and then floor, wall, staircase, and roof. Okay, so this is what you guys learn in building construction 2. Okay, so into I think yes. So for today, last chapter I have wrapped it up, and today also will be our last class. So before we wrap up for today's class, I would like to go through a quick revision with you all for this from chapter 1 to 7. Okay. So yes. May I know, have you guys received your exam timetable? Which date is your exam day for this BC2?
20th April, 9 a.m.
Oh, 20th April, next Monday.
First exam,
Morning session.
morning session.
First paper. They
First
put
paper.
this. Oh, okay. First paper. Okay. So after that, after morning, what is the subject for afternoon? Any subject for afternoon?
Don't have.
Oh, one day only one subject.
So far, our timetable, one day only one subject.
I see.
Cheryl say
Good.
land law. Cheryl say land law after that.
Land law. Senior one, land law.
Oh, okay. Let me. Section. So today is the last class for you guys because other subject already no more classes, right?
Most probably, yeah.
Yeah, no more classes for you. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, sure. Okay. Let me share. So I think let's get back to the chapter 1. Is that okay? So chapter 1, let's begin our quick revision, okay? From chapter 1, I think okay, for chapter 1 until foundation or which one? Foundation or formwork? I think mostly you guys are, I think I have you tested through the test 1? Most of your answers that I have marked in test 1 are to my to my satisfaction. I'm truly happy with your answers in the test. So for chapter 1 until floor, I think chapter 4. Okay. Yes. Those questions in test may be repeated, or I may take, include some in the exam. So you can go back and run through the test questions and your own answers. Okay. So because no one failed in the test and some are doing excellent. So I think from the test questions, you can do some revision from those questions. Okay. So for a quick one, I will run very quick from chapter 1 to chapter 4. Okay. For chapter 1 over here, okay. Is this what? Chapter 1. So chapter 1, we learn about um, the industry, types of industry. Okay. So definitions, I think you guys English are not easy peasy for you guys, right? If those questions involving please define or what is, so not only chapter 1, yeah, others like, so you can use your basic understanding and then answer it. So answer according to the marks, right? If only 5 marks or 2 marks or 10, you will judge by the marks. 10 marks of definition, which is impossible, right? So when I mention about definition, then you referring to the marks, okay? So what you can understand from this chapter is a basic introduction to you. What is the construction? What is the construction industry about? Yeah. So yeah, since we are all in this construction line, so we must understand types of construction will be building and engineering. Okay, very common sense, right? Residential, non-residential. So no need to have far. You can really understand, then you can answer. So what is the characteristic? We have industrial, we have all this social and the personal use. Okay. Pricing, of course, that decided by land and the material and the countries. For this building construction process, so this is also our, this is our very basic understanding about what we are doing, right, as an agent. So we are the potential house buyer or already purchased a few houses or property. So you will know all the process, right? Stage 1 is this, and going to the design. And after the design, the engineers, architect design the pitch roof or flat roof, whatever, then we'll call for, this is only part of it. Then we'll call for tender, then secure a contractor, okay? Then the contractor have tender the amount that he about to build, and then confirm the construction stages. So construction stages, this is what we have learned. Chapter 2.1, chapter 2, prelim. We will have site preparations, and before all the substructure, superstructure, and the exterior works, including external drainage. Before we have the pedestrian walk pathway, so we will have all the exterior works nicely done. Okay, so this is what we have learned in this BC2, isn't it? So we learn about all this throughout these 7 chapters. Okay, and then next will be the defects liability, as we layman term is a warranty for our small gadget like iron or mobile phone or TV, right? But for properties, we name this as defect liability. Okay. So I do not dive into, we do not learn much in this and design and tender, because we are learning BC1, right? BC2, right? So we are more in construction. That is why 7 chapters, yeah. So this is the introduction before we kick off our semester, right? So this is about parties that involve in all this process. Okay, we have client, architect, contractors, suppliers, and authorities. Okay, we need all these parties are bound to the legislation, must follow. Architect must also design according building bylaw, all these codes, town planning, okay, national land codes that you have just learned. Okay, all right, industry and the requirement. Okay, so elements. Okay, what is that? Building elements. We have structure, we have the enclosures, we have the partitions and the coatings. Okay. Well, you have learned some in your BC1, right? So superstructure and substructure in the following chapters, materials. So these are the elements I just mentioned. So we learn from, we concentrate on here lah, for your exam lah. All right. So we do not touch all this. Finishes, yes, but not this. Building service and outside work. Okay. So focus on here. Check for your exam questions. Yeah. Summary. So this is chapter 1. Let's move on. Chapter 2 prelim. Okay. Chapter 2 prelim will be yes, I've just touched about it. Chapter 2 prelim, we start with, okay, in chapter 2 prelim, we learn about what is a very brief introduction of substructure. Substructure is, so if the question is about definition, so you can use your understanding to answer the question, right? Substructure is, so this and this, the portion that below ground. Okay. So, or you can, some of the questions when I think I will state it very clearly when I say sketch or draw a sketch or diagram. So you need to answer with sketches. So if without that, yeah, no need to sketch me this diagram. No? You can just let's say I will not put a tabulate in. Maybe yeah, the keywords like different, list the differences or what are the differences. It's up to you. You want to put it in a table, or you can show me the differences right in your sentences also okay. Because I am not particular with the presentation of your answers. Mostly to your, I mean the answer that you give me is correct, then you will get marks. Okay. So when you see the difference, let's say list the difference of pad foundation and a rough foundation. So same, right? So what are the differences of substructure and superstructure? So yes. Okay, this is just another definition, right? Definition and the definition. Okay, a contract is a process. This is a contract definition. This is a process definition. All right. So the highlight of this preliminary part 1 of site chapter 2 is about site preparation. No? So you always see these preliminary words in throughout the paperwork. So now you know about what is preliminary means. So it involves site preparations. So what are they? Why are they? What are the activities? Okay. So first step, what shall we do with the site preparation? And then clear it out, bulldozer, clearance, setting up the the border line, okay, that with a boarding board. So what is that? there is um, a requirement from the government. So it is a must. Okay, to remember, it is a must. So cannot begin until you have fence it up, right? So remember, yeah, what is the hoarding for? So after you have set up the boundary lines with the hoarding, then only you get ready with all the building inside your site, temporary buildings. What are there? Okay, what else? Oh, this is my last slide. Okay, this is my last slide. Okay, so this is for preliminary works. So next will be the important one that you have many questions from your test. Okay, so foundation.
So, Madam Chong, this is Fang Fang. Is this a hint that there's more question of foundation compared to site preparation?
I think
It's
both
a very
also.
direct question.
Very done. I would
I cannot
say
hide anything because your for the last your chapter one lesson one is it seems that we have to read everything.
no. For chapter one, it is already very basic. So I think that you can use your own
So it's
understanding to
more of
answer all the
definitions and purpose that we have to
from
focus
from
on.
chapter one. Yes, chapter one, right? Mostly
Right.
and your understanding. So coming to chapter two is site preparation and this foundation. Yeah, you can from over here you need to do some sketches and comparison. So I cannot tell you what is that yet. So for types of foundation, yes, of course, this is substructure, right? So in question from chapter two will be mostly foundation, types of foundation, comparison, and maybe some sketches, okay, to show me your understanding of this and that, deep foundation or shallow foundation types. Yeah, yeah, that's why I say if you can do, you already done it in the test. So I think you guys roughly know what will be out from
To be
this
very
chapter
honest, during
two.
assignment we have a GPT help, but this one we don't have. We have four walls help.
Don't
So
worry.
sorry.
So you still have
Thank
few
you.
more days. Pung Pung.
Thank you. We are studying. We are studying a lot.
Yeah, so selection. So how to decide on that selection of foundation? So of course tabs and load bearing, right? Okay, types of foundation again. So questions inside the test also asking shallow or deep, what are there? So you can easily let's say list down, please list down, please okay, differentiate deep and shallow, and then provide with some examples. All right, so there you go. You have all the tips from me. Okay, so shallow versus deep. Okay. Types of foundation. You already have it three, then maybe you with if the question asking for some sketches, yeah, you can easily sketch it, right? Choose the one that you have confidence in. Simple sketches, rough rough foundation easier for you, then you can sketch it. Okay. So this is foundation. I think I can move faster in foundation. Okay, foundation. The foundation, yes. You know how to sketch, then you know how to answer if I'm asking for differences, right? Or define, please define. Okay. Or I may give I think I need to confirm that. I think I may give a situation just like what we have. You have the scenario, or that you yourself to decide what type of foundation to be is the most suitable. Okay. Types and types. Okay. Then yes. This is the summary for you. Okay. So even easier if you can understand, then you can easily write down. Okay. Okay. So chapter 1 and 2 done. Got it? Okay, got
Another
it?
question, can we memorize only 2 foundation?
Yes, I think
Is good enough? One deep, one shallow?
I do not, how to say, I do not put that, you please provide me a rough or please provide me a pound. I will let you guys
Choose all the
choose.
foundation that we can understand. All
Yes,
right,
I will.
thank you.
Yeah. So the
Everyone in
time,
here, you understand, yeah?
yes, but definitely foundation, huh? You Pong Pong, you got what I mean, right? Foundation, yes,
Yeah, and everyone inside here too. Thank you.
Okay. So that's why I say I think I run through my own test, the test that you guys answer. I think yes, quite sufficient for you guys to recall back chapter 1 to 3 or 4. So in form work again, form work. Okay. In chapter 3 form work, I think mainly to identify the components, right? Types, right? The material will be plywood or steel or what? Yeah, precast, yes. So define, you can identify. So the common materials. So in this formwork, chapter 3, not many difficult questions that I can generate too. So over here, you can pick one or two to memorize it. Or common type. What are the selections? Selections definition is no need. It's just by doing it is a temporary shifting, right? Okay, and then the types components are this, right? I do not need to test you. This is wages. This is a boat, right? And components, no. Material, yeah. Material, what types of material? This is quite common for other, even floor, walls also same material. Okay, so next will be, yeah, I don't think I have much to ask about. So, slang. Okay, this is just for your, yeah, understanding. Okay, chapter 3. Three more to go. Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is the floor. All right. I think your test stopped at chapter 3, a little bit from chapter 4. So let's see what we have in chapter 4. Chapter 4, we have 73 slides. So what is about chapter 4? Chapter 4, what do we learn? One way and two ways, right? Okay, we learn about the floor system, types of floor system, then proving and the finishing, right? So that's it. What can I get for you from this chapter? So you can easily guess the question that I can derive or get out from this chapter 4. So what is a floor slang definition, right? So what is one way and what is two way, right? One way and two ways. Okay. Again, definition, question about what is a floor slang and differences between one way and two way. Okay. One way and two way differences. What else do we have? I think next slide we have the answer, right? Okay, with definition and then the components. Okay, the functions of flag. What is this? What is the L? No, this ratio is just to show you about the deflation. Okay, so types. After you have the flow definition, then you will dive into what are they? What is so-called one way and what is the two way? One way slab and two way slab. So what are the differences between this? Only two sides. So this is common. You only show me the understanding. Two sides, or four sides. Then I can give you marks, right? So how about the span? One is bigger than, and one is lesser than. Okay. How about the 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 reinforcement is only one direction, and this is both direction. So, yes, you show me your understanding, then I can tick to show that you understand my questions and about chapter 2. Okay, what else? These are more to show you types of the system. No, this is for your understanding precast. So showing you types of floor, you have precast. So advantages, no, yeah, types. More, this is for your composite. Okay. Last but not least, come to dam proofing. So what is a dam proofing? Dam proofing is this, okay? Membrane and a dam proof membrane. This definition again. Dam proof course. Okay. Okay. Floor finishes. Again, we have all this lah. Marble, timber, flooring. Well.
This is for understanding.
Yes. Okay. Coming
Okay,
to
thank you.
yeah, just for your knowledge, right? Okay. Coming to slab failure. All right. Over here, we as a to learn about this this subject, building construction, right? We also need to know, okay, about the failure. What will happen? What are the possible problems of slab? So it's a cracking, dam, or so-called cold floor, right? Yeah. So what are the causes of the crack? Of course, workmanship, no? Poor construction techniques, no QC, QA, QC to check on that. So uneven settlement and inadequate, all the strength of the concrete, or like what you have learned in BC1, the cube test, the concrete tests are not up to a requirement, right? So the reinforcement bar also substandard or not properly placed. The cracking of the slab, what are the causes? Okay. To show you. So cracking causes over here is cracking of the slab. Okay. What are the causes? Cracking and cracking. So another cause will be the moisture migration due to dampness. Okay. Poor site drainage. Okay. Cold flow. Okay, got it? So this is from chapter 4. 2 more to go. Chapter 5 and 6. Okay, chapter 5 and 6. Are you guys still with me? Okay, you don't say.
Yes,
Good. So over here in war, okay, chapter 5, I have so many, okay, 74 slides. Over here, chapter 5 about war. Okay, yes, you all learn about that. Is mostly functions of the war. Okay, come on. So yes, come with me. What are the functions of the war? And then you guys also learn about a lot of types of masonry, right? And last but not least, load bearing and non-load bearing. So during your assignment, with the help of AI, you already learned what is a load bearing and non-load bearing. So that's it. That's the key parts from chapter 5. Okay, function of it. Recognize war systems. So in Malaysia, mostly precast or concrete wall, bricks wall. Okay. Come. The introduction, we have you to learn on the masonry wall, mostly are by bricks, concrete blocks, or stones bound together by mortar. Okay, definition of a wall. So functions of a wall. Why do we need a wall? Factors in designing the wall. How to decide on this? When you're building exterior walls, so what type of material? Is stones okay? Bricks work okay? So that is why many types of walls, depending on the fact, these are the factors that deciding the types of wall. So is that for stability, for weather resistant, for fire? Is the wall able to resist fire? Right? The wall must be able to bear the load. Is it a simple wall like a perimeter wall outside the car porch? Or is the wall is a major wall like load-bearing wall? So the strength must be able to bear the load of this. Factors, yeah, factors. Factors deciding. Okay. Mm. From then we also need to define the wall functions. So where is the wall of a firewall? Let's say, if the wall is a firewall, we need to provide what are the functions of the firewall? What are the functions of a load-bearing wall? What are the functions of a partition wall? So then from then you will derive the functions. It has to be to provide resistance to the spread of the fire from weather, supports the load from upper floor, working as a dam resistor. If it's a bathroom wall, right? Also as a heat insulator, it is a external wall of a house, sound insulator, and of course, it is a wall. Any of the wall is a place to install doors and windows, right? To complete the construction of a building. So wall functions, okay? Wall functions. What else? Load-bearing walls, yes. Yeah. So again, the material for a wall, we can have a timber wall, we can have a concrete wall, or we even have this RC wall, okay? So plus, okay, over here, yeah, two types of wall. One type is carry the load, one is only carry their own weight. So you can, depending, so read properly from the questions, yeah. Complete your complete your answer with a sketches. Then yes, please show me your sketches so that you can easily show me that you understand where is the location of non-load bearing wall. This is the location of bearing wall with some explanation. Then that's it. Then you fulfill the questions requirement, right? Remember, yeah? So depending on the how I ask in the questions, sketch, complete your answer with a sketch, complete with labels, and with some explanation. Okay. You are welcome to sketch as fancy as you can, or a simple sketch that you and me can understand. Okay. Remember, Stephanie can draw very nice. Remember last week she drew the staircase.
She need a laptop.
Yeah, I think group 4 or group 5, they were in
Thank-
unit. Who's, yeah, okay, load bearing. load-bearing wall. These are some example. It can be, so if you can write to me, it can be exterior wall and interior wall. So it's shown that you understand. So, right? Understand. Load-bearing. Okay. So since you have the test and sorry, you have the test for chapter 1 to 3, and you have this assignment for mostly in touching this walls and floor. I think you guys have no problem in answering the exam questions. Yeah. So advantages. Yeah. Probably yes, disadvantages. RC wall, concrete block. These are types of wall, right? So no need to memorize, but for your own understanding, yeah, you can easily list down what are the types. Okay. These are just procedure. Okay, cavity wall. Functions of wall. Just now we just made this is functions of a firewall. Just now was the functions of the overall walls. Okay, functions are the bearing. Okay, the keywords for these two to differentiate is the only carry own loads, right? Bond. So I think bricks bonding, you guys have done it in BC1, so I will not repeat it in this exam now, okay? Wall finishes, again, we know about that. Stone, bricks, timber or concrete, opening and windows. Okay. Yes. All right. This is the second last chapter. This is for wall. The last chapter for revision will be staircase. Okay. Staircase. How many? Staircase. Again, staircase. Yeah. Staircase, what do we have? Some definition of the staircase. And yeah, as we have mentioned here, parts of it, the names of the threads, risers. Okay, come to this. So you will need to define and identify the components. Yeah, components. Okay. So you will question about staircase will be mostly your understanding of the parts. Probably not too hard for you to sketch this. Is that I think easy peasy for you guys to remember 1 to 10 or 11. So
Madam Chum,
these are the
for this
staircase
staircase, do we need to sketch?
Do you again your question?
Do we need to sketch for this staircase?
Okay, that's what I just mentioned from the early of this lecture. I mean, the question will ask for your understanding, right? So I do not need a very fancy sketches. So, but the the question will be asking for the parts of it. So your sketches do not necessarily as good as this, but as long as you can show me, where is the location of number 1 and thread and riser. Remember who is the lady that is she Stephanie, the group that presented and showing some very cute sketches. Feng Feng, who is she? Is she
Stephanie, Madam Stephanie.
Stephanie? Yes.
She's here. Right? I think Steph is here.
No, she's not. She
Stephanie
applied leave to me. She said she couldn't join today.
Okay, now I'll let her know. Have
Don't
to
worry.
sketch this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so for this staircase, I mean the parts of it to show your understanding. Then where is the threads? So I am not expecting as good as, I mean, the detail of all the sketches, as long as you can sketch, sketch for me and show me the location of number 3, number 2, number 4, right? So, yes, part of this staircase, okay?
Okay, noted. We'll draw.
one
We'll
to
sketch it up. Yeah. Thank you, madam.
Okay.
We'll sketch. Okay.
Yes. With sketches, with the naming, yeah. So for the definition of those parts, I think we leave it lah. Okay. No. Okay. Definition no. Okay. What else from here? Staircase. Yeah. Okay. Staircase. So these are more parts of it, right? Just for your, I mean, deeper understanding, because different flights of the staircase will have. For this type, we'll have a curtail stair, but the most basic one is over here. Okay, very basic. Each staircase will have risers and track. Inner and outer is really important, so that in future you also understand. Oh, this is the outer. Okay, number 1 is inner. Then what is number 2? The outer. So yeah, when you sketch it, yeah, we can easily name it. Okay.
Sorry, Madam Chong. It means the sketches need to be include 1 until 11, only like 1 until 4 only in the drawing.
I think better to include all, right? If you memorize all this, so if my question is asking for 4, then easy for you. If my question is asking for name the 10 parts, then how? I will encourage you to bao ga liao, all in, okay? So depending on the questions to ask, to name how
Okay.
many parts or name all the parts, Okay, so types is only by types, so we will not go into very detail of this types. Okay, what else from? Yes, that's it. I think types are just after you know that this is a in outer string, that is the inner string, this is riser tracks. Yeah, everything are same to you in future. So you can also sketch in this, but you couldn't show me the outer. This you can easily show this is outer string, right? How about the inner? So I think for you need to draw 2D, sketch 2D instead of this one dimension. Am I right? Okay. Yeah. So from here, you can easily show after you have sketched this simple one. So you can easily show me this is 2 stand for what, and this is 1 stand for what, isn't it? So yeah, that's it. Then you also need to draw memorize all this baluster. So you draw here, then you show this is number, maybe 4 for you. Now this is a right number. Okay, this is the requirement lah. Thank you. So types of staircase, just for your own knowledge. So in future, you know, this is what name? Cantilever stairs. Okay. And even you have a spiral staircase. Okay, spiral staircase. I do not expect you guys to sketch me spiral. I think the one flight will be a better choice for everyone, right? Okay. Spiral. So over here, this is also a good example for you. You can sketch over here and label over here. All the labeling will be side by side or below it, so that I can easily test you and you can show me your understanding. Number 1 is balustrade. What is baluster? This is the handrail, riser and tread. Okay, this is just an example. Okay. Okay. This is more for you. understanding, knowledge, types. Okay, I think that's it from me. That's it for me. I have for roof also we have done that. Okay, roof. Yeah, finish.
Roof,
Any
whether?
questions?
I'm sorry.
Any
What about roof?
questions? Roof, we just go through this morning. I think roof maybe some definition or yeah, roof will be two I think you can read for your own knowledge will do lah. Okay, for roof. Okay, understand
Okay, that is
everyone?
helpful. Thank you.
Mhm.
Very clear.
Very clear. Okay. I think let's
I mean, what about the floor? Everyone, yeah.
floor also okay.
No,
Madam Chong,
what about
Madam Chong,
everyone in this call?
Madam Chong, I would like to check. This
Mm.
one you have section A and B, right?
Oh yes. Section
So so it will be 60-40 or how? And is there any three choose two or we need to answer everything?
Okay. For section A, I have yet to finalize on the number of questions, but section A will be 60 marks. Okay. For section B, choose two questions out of three questions. So will be longer questions. So you will, meaning that in section B, you can choose. So I will, let's say 3 questions from 3 chapters. But you choose the one that you're more confident in. So each questions will be 20 and 20 marks. So mix up 100 marks. Okay. Section A, 60. Section B, section A's are mostly common simple questions like test, list, explain, show your define, the simple, right? Okay. And for coming to section B will be longer question, but yeah, I am expecting you to put more for the 20 marks, right? Answer your question, Kaden?
Yes, Madam Chong.
Adeline asked.
Madam Chong, for section B, right? Answer 2 out of 3. For the 3, which chapter should we focus more on?
This is Daniel. Chapter 3, I think what do you think? You would like the how a more theory part secure in 20 marks, or you will I think I will finalize soon after your class. Okay, some sketching questions. I may choose one in section A and the heavy one in section B. Okay, so in section B also have sketch and label for you guys, easy for you guys. And in section A also simple sketches. Do you get what I mean? Simple sketches. So because in section A mostly like marks are less than 10 marks, right? So when I say that provide your answers complete with simple sketches, then you know. I say what sketches? Foundation or floor, those are fall under simple sketches. Do you agree? And for the staircase that I just show you guys, more complicated, right? Okay, that's all from me. Daniel, do you get me? Okay. So I hope that to give you guys some sketches, so that you do not need to write so many, right? With some sketches, you just later you start your revision, just can easily cover with some sketches, then in the exam, then you can easily answer my questions. Fung Fung asked technical questions. Technical questions. Yeah, Fung Fung, what do you mean by technical questions?
Because in some of your notes, you have said this is technical and things like that. So I'm more referring to that. That if you have like technical questions that we need to, because I'm not talking about only myself, I believe, but we do need to, like you're talking about site preparations, open the land, the holding, the barricade, everything, that's fine. But technical questions like, let's say,
okay. I understand your view.
like
Yes.
soy, how do we justify a soy? So I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Okay. Now I understand your question. Technical question. So that is why we are learning this building construction too,
Yes.
right? So from my point of view, we are not the expertise, or
Right.
we are not the engineers or the designers too. So I will not give technical questions. So when you go through all the slides, when you come with all the eve, okay, the roof that I just, so when you see madam myself jumping and scroll down very fast, then you know what happened, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it.
So the slides, and I stop and non-stop repeating, then you will get what I mean as well, right? Okay.
Yep, got it. Thank you. That's a good one.
So I think good luck in your exam, okay, everyone. Oh, very less than few days for your exam. So today is already Wednesday. So how long is your exam? 2 weeks finish before 1st of May? 2 weeks to finish few subjects? Start from next week, right?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. So some has certain days, some has a gap. Yeah.
I hope those outstation students are okay with the arrangement. No need to fly over or travel many times to the uni. Huh? Okay, let me take attendance. I think no need to on your video lah, because not full attendance. Huh? Let me take that. Right, okay. So I have almost finished with all your marks for the assignments. I think now let me finalize your exam questions and all set. So I will collect your exam answer sheets next week. And yes, we are done with this subject for this semester. Okay. Hope all the best to you, to everyone. Nice to have you for this semester. I enjoy teaching this subject and enjoy your presentations, and all the answers from your tests and your assignments are so exciting for me. Okay. So looking forward for your exam answers. All the best.
Thank you, Madam Chung. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chong.
Good to have you all. Yeah. Good luck in next semester. Bye.
Thank you, Madam Chiang.